A member of the SNP's Conduct Committee, who would be investigating allegations of anti-Semitism against an election candidate, has resigned from the party tonight after this programme revealed allegedly anti-Semitic comments she had posted herself. Comments the SNP says are entirely at odds with the ethos of this party. Our Scotland correspondent Kieran Jenkins is in Kirkcaldy. Kieran.
Well, questions for the SNP tonight. Last Thursday, the SNP suspended Neale Hanvey, their candidate here in Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath, a key target seat. They suspended him over alleged anti-Semitic social media posts. Today, we put to the SNP our discovery that a member of the party's Conduct Committee, which would presumably be adjudicating Mr Hanvey's case, had posted allegedly anti-Semitic content online herself.
Hi, my name's Neale Hanvey. I'm the SNP candidate for Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath in the general election that's going to be held on the 12th of December.
Neale Hanvey is not the SNP candidate anymore. He's now running as an independent in one of the SNP's top target seats after the party took action for alleged anti-Semitism. Neale Hanvey has been suspended by the SNP over alleged anti-Semitic posts on social media, including drawing parallels between Israel's treatment of Palestinians and the way Jews were treated in the Second World War. He has since apologised unreservedly. In his apology, Mr Hanvey said he had shared an article containing an image of the financier George Soros, which is considered an anti-Semitic trope. He says he accepts this was wrong. He says he also drew parallels between the treatment of Palestinians and the treatment of Jews in Europe during World War II. Mr Hanvey admits this was deeply offensive and a direct contravention of the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition of anti-Semitism. For that, he says, I give an unequivocal apology. Labour won Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath by just 259 votes in 2017. But now the SNP says it's withdrawn all support for its former candidate here. Neale Hanvey's web pages, though, are still packed with SNP content. He campaigns in SNP colours, apparently supported by some local SNP members, despite Nicola Sturgeon urging them to put their efforts into neighbouring seats instead. So is he about?
No, not at the moment.
No. Neale Hanvey was not available to talk to us today. A message relayed to one of his team on the phone.
OK, thanks, Neil. No, he's actually got a wee bit of problems.
This is a former SNP councillor and current SNP member standing by his candidate.
If you'd been here on Sunday, you would have seen about 60 SNP members and others coming outside here to canvass for him.
What does that tell us then?
It tells us that there is a huge body of support for Neale Hanvey here in Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath. I know of the post, right?
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen the verbatim word for word.
Well, don't you think you ought to have seen it before you decided to carry on campaigning for him?
I think I got the idea of what was happening here.
The Conservative candidate declined to be interviewed. The Labour Party has faced its own high-profile anti-Semitism allegations. Labour are themselves under investigation by the equality watchdog over anti-Semitism.
Well, Labour is putting its house in order. What's the issue that's focusing people's minds here is who is going to get Boris Johnson out of number 10.
Neale Hanvey's case will now be considered by the SNP's Conduct Committee. Tonight we can reveal that one of those posting social media messages in support of Mr Hanvey, including promoting a new crowdfunding page to assist his campaign, is a member of that SNP Conduct Committee. We can also reveal that person has themselves posted on social media calling Israel a Nazi state. SNP Conduct Committee member Denise Findlay had tweeted, "It is not anti-Semitic to call Israel a Nazi state." In response, the SNP says the views Denise Findlay expressed are entirely at odds with their ethos. They have now, they say, challenged her on her actions and she resigned from the party. They say there is no place for anti-Semitism in Scotland or in the SNP.
This community needs an MP.
The timing of the party's action against Neale Hanvey, though, means he will still appear on ballot papers next to the SNP name and logo. And locally, he still seems able to call on SNP members for support.
And a full list of the candidates in Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath is on your screens now.